Welcome back to TalkNorth.com. Thank you for listening. If you can, please download before you listen. It helps our business. I'd also like to thank our producer, Brandon Morton, and let you know if you'd like to sponsor this program or any of the programs on the network, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com. I'm in a Marriott hotel room. Michael Russo is in a Marriott hotel room. I'm in Anaheim covering the West Regional for the Star Tribune. Michael is in Vegas covering hockey for the Athletic. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the Wild season. I don't know what's going to happen in the NCAA tournament. I only know one thing for sure in this life. Michael has a bigger hotel room than I do.
No doubt. I can promise you that.
Yeah. How are the maids?
No, I'm at that, actually I won't tell where I am. Just wouldn't want all of a sudden to knock on the door and Russo-Souhan is standing there.
He's always on you. I mean, it is amazing. You or I tweet something out, and he responds every time.
It's and apparently Twitter threatened his account this week.
Really?
Did you hear about this?
No, yeah. I had no idea. Oh, hold on. Let me introduce the show. Then we got to talk about Russo-Souhan getting arrested. This is like the best topic ever. It's better than talking about the Wild right now. This is the Russo-Souhan Show, part of the TalkNorth.com podcast network. Thanks to our sponsors, Twill and the United Galleria, FixologyRepair.com, Tony Holdman, your State Farm agent, Champlin, and Bite Squad, BiteSquad.com. Download the Bite Squad app. Use the promo code TalkNorth to get your first delivery free, all caps. Thanks to our producer, Brandon Morton. If you'd like to advertise with us, reach us at TalkNorthPodcast@gmail.com. Follow us at TalkNorthPod on Twitter. Please download before you listen. All right. Russo-Souhan almost got arrested. How did I miss this?
Yeah, I guess Twitter came down on, I don't know if they came down on parody accounts or he just happened to be in the crosshairs of something, but they basically accused him of impersonating me, which I think is hilarious. And they made him change his name and make it clearer that he was a parody account or something.
You're kidding me.
I don't know. Yeah, it was crazy.
I knew you had friends in places.
I'm in Vegas the other night, and I'm
feds on top of Russo-Souhan stuff.
Yeah, but it's weird. I mean, the other night it was I was basically going to sleep, and I look at my Twitter account. I had a direct message from him with the screen capture of what they did, and it's just what? It just seemed a little bizarre. So
well, I knew that Jim Comey had a lot of time on his hands these days. I didn't know he was friends with you, or that he would just go after Russo-Souhan as a hobby.
Yeah. Twitter has gotten, I think it's good that it seems like to me they're cracking down on it. There was another Russo account this week that was just an absolute, schmuck, just an absolute jackass. And they suspended his account for impersonating me, because, he essentially stole my picture too, so.
Wow.
So maybe, maybe the coincidence, maybe what happened is that Twitter actually started looking at these Russo parody accounts, and after getting rid of the other schmuck, they unfortunately went after somebody that means no harm.
Well, to take this subject seriously, from everything I've been reading and seeing, basically all these social media companies got away with just letting everything be the wild, wild west, letting, white supremacists and stalkers and everybody else just kind of get away with whatever they wanted under the argument that, hey, we're just a no social network. We don't have any control. And now they're facing government scrutiny because they're bigger in a lot of ways than ABC News or CBS News now. So they should be regulated. They shouldn't be allowed to get away with this. It's hilarious that it ends up affecting Russo-Souhan.
Yeah, I know. I think it would have crushed him if he couldn't come back. I think it would have been hilarious, actually.
We need to test that theory.
I got he had a photo capture of me the other day. Remember I was talking about my thumb massage on the last podcast and how I hurt myself.
How could I forget your thumb massage?
And he did a photo capture of quote, thumb massage, and had a picture of me and Robert Kraft coming at him nowhere in South Florida. So yesterday, I get a text message from John Torchetti, and Torch sends to me. Let me find it. Which just bothers me that Torch is somehow now following Russo's Slack. He goes, I didn't know you hung out with Kraft on your days off.
Oh my God! You have NHL head coaches tweeting you about Russo Slack's photoshops of you coming out of a massage parlor. Oh man! Yeah. I mean, the good thing is, Michael, we know you were just there for the massage.
Yes, exactly. So, what's going on with you? Or you got to be upset that you're not in.
Change the subject as quickly as possible. My paper is blowing out our Final Four coverage with the Final Four coming to Minneapolis. So I covered the Gophers in Des Moines last weekend. I'm at the Anaheim Regional to cover the games over the weekend. Then we're going to come back and blow things out for the actual Final Four at home. It'll be my third Final Four I've covered in Minnesota, and it is a great event. I hate the NCAA. I hate a lot of things about it, but the event itself is fantastic.
I'm amazed though. Like opening day, you're missing. That's got to be a little bittersweet.
First time in a long time. I have a dirty little secret about opening day though. Most baseball people and most baseball writers just celebrate opening day like, oh, this incredible national holiday, and it is to a certain extent. But it's also, if you're a baseball writer, it's the day that everybody who doesn't know anything about baseball pretends to know something about baseball. So it's kind of annoying because you got the TV people who are going to be at 2 games all year coming in, and Twins will lose on opening day. Oh, how are you going to bounce back from this? Well, you're going to bounce back by playing 161 more games. That's how you bounce back from an opening day loss. They come in and so many media people, so many casual fans treat it like it's the Super Bowl. It's not. It's like pregame stretching for most sports. You're just getting going. So my favorite day of the baseball season is Game 2.
Yeah, that would.
I'm just
sense.
that big a jerk.
Yeah, there is just something cool about opening day, though. I mean, there's kind of the romance if you're a big time baseball fan. Man, I mean, it is awesome.
Yeah, I like the pageantry. I like the feel. It's a weird game to write about, though. Again, because it's just another game, and yet everybody wants to be more important than it actually is. So you're begging something really interesting happens. So you have to actually treat the game like it's a bigger deal than it actually is. But that's the writer's perspective. I think for a fan, it's a great day. Yeah,
no doubt. I mean, I don't know. I'm as you mentioned, I'm in Vegas. I've worked all morning on a story that actually just posted on Expansion. And first thing I want to do now when we get off this podcast is actually go watch the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing this new look Twins team. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm going to be watching it on Hulu as I'm waiting for the game over at the Honda Center. All right, let's get to some hockey. First, let's thank Twill and the Edina Galleria. Scott Dayton has been supporting this show and the network for a long time. He also travels the world looking for cool new brands, for oddities, for stuff that you might not see. And that's the thing. It's not just your average clothing store. They have cool new stuff all the time, and this is a great time of the year to shop there because you have, you still have some warm weather clothes in there, but they're transitioning to golf season and summer. And that's when I probably wear most of my Twill stuff.
Jim usually doesn't like to shop for clothes. I don't like it when he shops for clothes either, because he used to buy stuff I'd want to throw out. That's why I'm so glad he's found Twill in the Edina Galleria. He likes shopping there because of the comfortable environment and the friendly staff. He finds clothes that actually fit him properly and are high-quality brands that will look great for years, whether he's golfing or working. Our favorites so far are Peter Millar, Johnny O, and Barber. We spend our money at Twill because we love the clothes and we love the no-pressure shopping. Drop by Twill in the Edina Galleria for the best shopping experience and best clothes you'll find in the Twin Cities.
All right, so what are you writing about in terms of expansion?
What I did, and I think we've talked about it a little bit here, is just, the irony of all the work that Chuck Fletcher did to manipulate the draft to make sure that they could save as many players as they wanted. And here last night, I'm watching Alex Tuch dominate for the Vegas Golden Knights, and then I look at the Wild roster, and Granlund, Niederreiter, and Coyle, one of the gigantic reasons why Alex Tuch even plays for Vegas, are no longer here. And so that was kind of what I went back as like, 2020 hindsight. It's easy to say now they screwed up, but what were their other options? And I kind of looked at what their other options were. Their other options, was protect 7 and 3, but essentially let them take the pick. Just to accept that you're going to lose a top player, but that top player is going to be Matt Dumba or Jonas Brodin, and most likely Matt Dumba. He would have been the one that was exposed, and then Wild fans wouldn't be happy about that if they were watching him dominate in Vegas. The other one would be to protect 8 skaters, but the problem with that would have allowed you to protect your 4 defensemen, Suter, Spurgeon, Brodin, and Dumba, but the problem is you had to protect Pominville, Koivu, and Parisi, so that allows you to only protect probably Granlund. And now what that means is that you're giving Vegas the opportunity to take Zucker, Stahl, Coyle, Niederreiter, or Halle. And I looked at basically those things and how, well, again, in hindsight, it's easy to say, well, just have them take that guy. What the point is that there were no easy answers back then. And frankly, what's a shame about it is that nobody could have expected that the Wild, a year after the Vegas Golden Knights started, would be without 3 of those core forwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I got in. That's a long travel day yesterday. I don't know how you do it, Michael. I had a direct flight from Minneapolis. It got delayed, pushed me back into rush hour. It ends up being like a 10-hour travel day just to get from one city to the other. I don't know how you deal with the logistics on a constant daily basis the way you do. But I did get in just in time to watch the Colorado and Vegas game, and Colorado looks pretty good.
Yeah, they are, and they're getting great goaltending. They've done what the Wild didn't. They've won when they couldn't, when they needed to win. And right now they're points in 6 straight games, and they're going to make the playoffs. The Wild are not. It's pretty much official now. The Wild are absolutely done, and now it's just a matter of kind of looking ahead here and what's going to happen with this offseason.
And I give you credit. You've been saying for a while that you didn't think the Wild would make it, even at times when the numbers didn't look that bad. I think you had a good feel for the pulse of the team and that they just weren't going to have enough. Now that we are, you opened the door. Now that we're at this juncture, do you have any better feel for what happens in the offseason, or does it all have to play out?
It's got to play out. I mean, look, there's no doubt that Paul Fenton is going to I think, try to bring in his own coach, and then it's up to whether or not Craig Leopold accepts that. I mean, Craig's got to, let's put it this way, it'd be cheaper to fire Paul Fenton than it would be to fire Bruce Boudreau at this point. So my point of that saying is, again, my point there is that it's a hefty salary to not only pay off Bruce Boudreau to leave, but then hire a new coach. And is Craig Leopold going to be willing to do that when I think we can all look at this team and say this is not Bruce Boudreau's fault? This team is, one, injury-laden. They've gotten demolished by injuries at the worst possible time, with Koivu, Dumba, obviously, Parisi missing 2 gigantic games in a row, and obviously Eriksson Ek out for a lot of this month. And then the fact that you traded Niederreiter, Coyle, and Granlund for players that have made very little impact other than Donato. You look at the Wild's lineup, and it's just not good enough. So are you going to really have the coach take the brunt of that? That's the big question that Craig Leopold's going to have to be willing to accept.
Good day. By the way, we're talking to a couple places about live shows. As soon as I get off the road, we'll try to finalize some things. We have some options. We do appreciate everybody being patient with us. We love doing live shows. We get to see everybody, and hopefully we'll be back live here soon. And if you got a place that you want to pitch to us, let us know. Let's do some Twitter questions, because this is a good time of the year to do that. I do want to thank Fixology Repair, fixologyrepair.com, downtown in the Skyway, and 3rd floor of the Mall of America by Nordstrom's. Pretty much everything you would want to buy or fix in terms of gadgets, watches, etc.
There are some things in life that you just can't live without. Now, whether it's a special piece of jewelry, a watch, or even your smartphone, you want it in working condition. At Fixology Repair, we are committed to restoring your pieces so that everything works or fits the way it ought to. Watch servicing, chain repair, and broken screen replacements are just a few of the services that we offer at our 2 locations, Mall of America and the Skyway in downtown Minneapolis. Please visit us at fixologyrepair.com or at fixologymn on Twitter to learn more. Mention this ad and get a 10% discount on our services.
So we have Matt Bishop. What has been the difference for the Lightning this year? Do you think this is the year they finally get over the hump and win the Cup?
I do think so. But I would not. I'd be a little scared of Boston. I really would. But what's the difference? I mean, that's just a deep, talented team. And you look around the NHL right now, and there have been a lot of very average teams throughout the league. But you look at that team